Greetings, and welcome to my series of vlogs on Pokémon Ultimate Journeys. I definitely intend to at least get through the first volume on this month. I definitely have at least that worked out, and can also have enough means to start the second volume in advance before I come back from my father's in August. Hopefully that all goes well. So, like I have done before, I'm going to be doing this on the first 3 episodes of this season. And Spectral Express, which shows how Ash and Go met Alistair, the other gym leader of Stoneside. The Whiny Pet of Greatness, how he helped just Gengar or learn how Gigantamax, and it's all in the name, a focus episode on Francois, the Magnemite owned by Professor Cerise's assistant Ren, which is also incidentally the last episode that Billy Comics would play his work on before he passed away in 2022, which, depending on which version you're watching, fittingly includes dedication to his memory, before the credits roll, which is actually pretty sweet, all things considered. So, let's begin. Given how the last season ended with a pair of episodes set largely in Sinnoh, this one starts with 2 episodes set largely in Galar, including a brief but memorable trip to the Isle of Armor, a location I would not be against revisiting if the opportunity arose, to get the max mushrooms, and also kind of interesting how some details vary in between in the games and the anime. I mean, for instance, all it takes is a single load screen to put the max soup in the games, but in the anime it takes overnight for it to do, which is kind of interesting because how in the Infinity Gauntlet comic it took about the same amount of time it took to undo the decimation as it took place, where in the movie they weren't able to undo the damage until after a 5-year time jump, which is kind of interesting. I actually also really like how they kept some of the things that I and others have headcanon, where if B is responsible for the gym challenge during the day, then it would be Alistair's responsibility at night, and more so how B ends up being something of a big sister towards Alistair, albeit unofficially. I can definitely say that I will be eager to keep talking about this, and this 3rd anniversary draws a bit closer, with Generation 10 being at center, as well as the increasing unlikeliness that we'll be following the new characters for as long as these ones. And I'm actually in favor of doing back to basic approach for Generation 10's anime, and just consider this like an unofficial way of me phasing back in Pokemon days, as with my set to fully revive that idea in 2026. I mean, among other ones I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, but have never really found the means to previously. Visually, I did enjoy what this anime was proposing, as a longtime fan, and I especially like how in the 3rd episode I'm covering here, they handle the past from Inland City as suburbs, maybe sepia tinge, especially with the antique appliances that Francois got from Ren's favorite cafe before it closed and then reopened, and also how, as a amusing little quirk, that Francois prefers the electricity from older appliances as main, so it's not e-waste, it's food for the Magnemite. And definitely also enjoy how it's not afraid to go more out there with the game's ideas. I mean, which it's this lack of knowing when to actually embrace the absurdity as opposed to having to take everything so seriously all the time, even when I really shouldn't. I mean, that's really keeping me from getting fully invested in AC. Trust me, at the end of the time. I mean, and with that in mind, when I officially do my reviews of Horizons arc by arc, it will definitely show off the influence that FSS Debris has had on my content over the years. If you don't know who that is, you should definitely go check them out. As well, I'll say, hey, for now. And I also, given how I was pleased with the results I had for the previous seasons, I'll keep up that pattern here. Some of my vlogs will improvise like this one, others will be scripted, to be determined, and how that will go a later time frame. And yes, I also am aware that Pokemon Presents coming, in a couple weeks, so you should definitely be ready for it. Anyway, I can definitely fairly easily get through 50 one more episodes in about 3 months or so. I mean, that's less than 100 days, and like I said, if I just try to at least do at least one volume per month, I can probably pull it off. So anyway, that's all I have to say for now, and I'll see you all again very soon. So seek out a Pokemon.